Love is often portrayed as a beautiful puzzle, where every shared moment and exchanged word adds another piece. Yet, what happens when one day, you realize that the image you're trying to create doesn't quite match the picture you once had in mind? Today, we explore how Stoicism offers a deep and transformative perspective on love, revealing the subtle signs that may suggest your partner's love is fading, even when everything seems perfect on the surface. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of perception, seeing beyond the external appearances to the true essence of our relationships. It challenges us to look more deeply, not only at what is said, but at what is actually being conveyed through actions, words, and emotional presence. By adopting the Stoic principles of indifference to external circumstances, we can gain clarity about our love life, seeing things as they truly are rather than how we wish them to be. Let's begin by considering a major sign: indifference to your needs. In relationships, indifference is not simply an occasional oversight. It can be a powerful signal of emotional disconnect. When your partner regularly shows disregard for what matters most to you, it could be more than just a busy phase. It might suggest a deeper lack of emotional investment in the relationship. Stoicism doesn't encourage emotional detachment or isolation, but instead teaches us to develop resilience and autonomy. We are not meant to crumble when faced with indifference, but to use it as an opportunity to reassess our expectations and rediscover our inner strength. Are we relying too much on our partner for emotional fulfillment? Can we enrich our own lives independently? These are important questions to ask ourselves, not out of blame, but as a way to reclaim our personal power and agency. The second sign is a lack of shared values. A significant gap in core values is not just a minor obstacle. It's often a profound indication of deeper relationship issues. For the Stoics, such gaps should never be ignored. They see shared values as the foundation of any strong relationship, like the beams that support a building. If the values that bind you and your partner are misaligned, the stability of the relationship may be in jeopardy. Stoicism invites us to approach such situations with wisdom and justice, openly addressing the differences without the heat of emotional confrontation. If such discussions reveal that the divide is too wide to bridge, a Stoic might reflect on whether continuing the relationship is in the best interest of both parties, not based on emotional impulse, but through careful, reasoned assessment. The third sign to consider is the avoidance of quality time. Time spent together is the very fabric that weaves two people's lives into a single, meaningful tapestry. If your partner consistently avoids spending quality time with you, it's more than just a busy schedule. It's an indication of a deeper disinterest or emotional distance. Stoics believe in the power of presence, of truly showing up in relationships, both physically and emotionally. Avoidance of time together could suggest a significant gap in commitment or values. In such cases, Stoicism urges us to handle the situation with thoughtful dialogue, to clarify each other's needs, and to assess whether this lack of connection is something we can accept. If it persists, it might be a sign that the relationship is not fulfilling both partners' needs for mutual connection and growth. The fourth sign is a lack of emotional support. Emotional support is the cornerstone of intimacy. Without it, relationships can feel hollow. When one partner consistently fails to offer the support needed during tough times, it's not just a passing issue, it's a serious red flag. Stoicism teaches emotional independence, the ability to find inner peace without relying excessively on others for validation. However, Stoicism also acknowledges the importance of supportive relationships. If emotional support is lacking, it could signal that the foundation of the relationship has shifted. Stoicism advises us to approach the issue with balance, recognizing the importance of nurturing relationships while also being mindful of our own emotional autonomy. Love is not static. It requires growth, adjustment, and an honest assessment of where both partners stand. By applying Stoic principles, we gain the clarity and wisdom to understand when something is amiss in our relationships, without being swept away by emotions. Instead of ignoring or avoiding uncomfortable truths, Stoicism empowers us to face them head-on, make reasoned decisions, and act in accordance with our values. If you've noticed these signs in your relationship, it might be time to pause and reflect. Stoicism doesn't offer quick fixes or easy answers. It invites us to engage with the reality of our situations, to act with integrity, and to continuously strive for personal growth, both individually and within our relationships. Love, when approached with wisdom and courage, can become a transformative force, not only deepening our connection with others but strengthening our bond with ourselves. In any relationship, it's essential to assess your expectations carefully and make sure they're reasonable given the dynamic between you and your partner. Clear and honest communication about your needs is key, as assumptions often create misunderstandings. Stoicism teaches us the value of clarity, expressing our desires straightforwardly to avoid misinterpretations. At the same time, it's equally important to listen actively to your partner. They might be unaware of the support you need, or may be facing challenges that limit their ability to offer it. Empathy is crucial here, as it helps us understand their perspective and context, which can shed light on why they might not be meeting your needs. If, despite clear communication, emotional support continues to be absent, it's essential to reflect on how this affects your emotional well-being. Stoicism doesn't advocate passively enduring negative situations. Rather, it encourages thoughtful and purposeful action. If your needs remain unmet, you may need to reassess the relationship, either by finding ways to rebuild the supportive dynamics or, if necessary, considering whether the relationship still serves your emotional health. Another key sign to watch for is non-reciprocal communication. Relationships thrive on mutual exchange. Sharing thoughts, feelings, and experiences strengthens the bond between partners. If communication becomes one-sided, with one partner rarely initiating or engaging in conversation, it may signal a lack of interest or investment. This imbalance can lead to frustration and loneliness, creating a significant obstacle to the relationship's growth. A Stoic approach to this situation involves not only improving your own communication skills, but also setting clear expectations about communication. You can't force your partner to communicate more, but you can create an environment where open dialogue is welcomed and encouraged. If efforts to improve communication don't bear fruit, Stoicism invites us to reflect on whether the relationship is fostering growth and well-being for both partners. This isn't about placing blame, but assessing if the dynamic nurtures both individuals. The Stoic approach allows you to assess your relationship with empathy and practicality, taking action that respects both your needs and the other person's. When relationships overly emphasize the physical aspects, it can seem fulfilling on the surface, but often lacks the depth that sustains long-term partnerships. Stoicism teaches the importance of harmony between body and mind. True connection goes beyond physical interaction to include emotional and intellectual engagement. If your relationship is dominated by physical attraction and lacks deeper emotional connection, it might be worth addressing this imbalance. Stoicism encourages proactive effort to create a richer, more well-rounded partnership, whether that means initiating conversations about shared values and aspirations, or engaging in activities that challenge both partners intellectually and spiritually. Lastly, excessive and unconstructive criticism is a harmful pattern in any relationship. Stoic philosophy teaches us to discern whether criticism is truly constructive or just an unfair judgment. It encourages introspection, focusing on our own virtues and progress rather than reacting to every negative remark. If you face frequent criticism, communicate your feelings about it with the person, asking for feedback to be delivered more mindfully. If criticism continues to be destructive, it may be time to reconsider whether the relationship is positively contributing to your growth or detracting from your well-being. Sometimes, the most stoic action is stepping away from negativity to preserve your peace and mental clarity. By embracing these stoic practices, you can foster more meaningful, balanced, and fulfilling relationships, where both partners contribute to each other's growth and well-being. In every relationship, you have the opportunity to turn conflict into a chance for growth, both personally and relationally. Stoicism teaches us how to handle criticism with poise and wisdom, transforming potential confrontations into stepping stones for deeper connection and self-improvement. By responding calmly and thoughtfully, we protect our self-esteem while fostering a relationship that's based on mutual respect and positive communication. This approach doesn't just preserve peace, it actively strengthens the bond between partners. When it comes to unresolved conflicts, avoiding them might seem like the path of least resistance. But in reality, this only masks deeper issues. Stoicism insists that we not shy away from difficult conversations. Confronting problems head-on is not only necessary, it's beneficial. Stoics believe in the courage to face interpersonal challenges, not just physical ones. Avoiding conflict is often rooted in fear of confrontation, fear of uncomfortable emotions, or fear of change. However, Stoicism empowers us to face these fears directly, encouraging open dialogue that seeks resolution rather than avoiding it. A key Stoic principle is fostering environments where both partners feel safe enough to express their concerns and thoughts. A relationship that avoids conflict is a breeding ground for resentment and misunderstandings, which can ultimately cause greater rifts. Stoicism teaches us to engage with issues through reason and calm discussion, rather than blame or defensiveness. This approach doesn't just resolve issues, it strengthens relationships by promoting a deeper understanding of each other's perspectives. If conflicts continue to be ignored, it may signal that the relationship's dynamics need reevaluation. Stoicism doesn't advocate for enduring unhealthy situations passively. Instead, it encourages us to take proactive steps that align with our values, ensuring our well-being. If conflict resolution is continually sidestepped, it might be time to reflect on whether the relationship is truly nourishing or if it's holding us back. Similarly, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of consistency in both words and actions, especially in relationships. Integrity forms the foundation of trust and mutual respect. When what someone says doesn't align with what they do, it breeds confusion and erodes trust. This inconsistency is more than just a minor issue, it's a direct reflection of ethical conduct. The Stoic approach to addressing this is proactive engagement. It encourages couples to have open conversations about discrepancies, not just to point out flaws, but to clarify misunderstandings and rebuild trust. By confronting these inconsistencies with calmness and clarity, partners can create a more transparent and healthy relationship. This process isn't about assigning blame, it's about working together to set clear expectations and avoid future misalignments. If despite efforts to resolve these issues, inconsistencies persist, Stoicism prompts us to reflect on whether the relationship truly supports our growth and aligns with our personal values. Finally, Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness and self-respect, especially when our happiness is concerned. A partner's consistent disregard for your well-being is a serious matter, signaling that the relationship may not be as healthy or balanced as it should be. Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our own happiness and emotional health, recognizing that we are in control of our responses to external circumstances. If a partner repeatedly dismisses your happiness, it's important to communicate openly about how their actions affect you and discuss ways to improve the dynamic. This isn't about making demands, it's about fostering mutual understanding and respect. However, if efforts to improve the situation don't lead to meaningful change, Stoicism teaches us to evaluate whether the relationship is truly contributing to our personal growth and happiness. By applying Stoic principles, we can navigate conflicts, inconsistencies, and disregard with wisdom, patience, and integrity. In doing so, we ensure that our relationships are not just enduring, but are a source of support, growth, and mutual respect. Stoicism doesn't just teach us how to endure life's challenges. It empowers us to turn them into opportunities for personal and relational growth, creating a life that's more resilient, virtuous, and fulfilling.